Alright, cards between Tachyon and Ramonu. A few disclosures first. Due to time reasons, I prefer to give this information as a general summary instead of an in-depth analysis, so that people can start planning accordingly right now instead of starting to plan 3 months from now. So, should there be a card that I think is really good, in a strange position, if I got something wrong, or something changes, then I will make a dedicated video about it with a more in-depth analysis. Case in point, Tokai Teio with and Twin Turbo Gods. These are in a very awkward position as there is the possibility that we will get a free pulse for them. Because of this, I want to make a dedicated video about this too, but as a spoiler, Tokai Teio with is extremely specific in terms of use and Twin Turbo is a second version of the original SSR, only with a little bit more respect for human rights. I would also like to mention that much like in my Tachyon video, it is clear that while there may be some more generalist cards, we have to keep in mind that we can't borrow more than one card, so at certain points you should consider pulling for cards that may not be great for certain styles of running, but phenomenal for yours, and the same goes for races in which your deck may be weaker. Finally, I would like to point out that I am unaware of everyone's deck, which is the main reason why I consider my analysis more important than my conclusion, because you might have a deck where it makes sense for you to pull for a card that I didn't recommend. Alright, with all of that out of the way. Silent Suzuka SSR Speed. She famously gives you, on Restraint, a better version of Final Push, which gives acceleration of 0.4 at a random point of the final corner, but you have to be in first place and be a front runner. It's a good perk if you're confident in your front runner, but it does demand that you come out of the middle leg in a good position. This would likely be easier to trigger in CMs where front runners are unrecommended or meta, or you are confident in your front runner ability to stay in the front after the middle leg. This can also work better pairing it with target speed and late race final corners, potentially skills like Professor Curvature. With that said, I still cannot recommend this card. Not only is this golden skill circumstantial, all of her skills are front runner focused. Her bonuses, although excellent, having 35% friendship bonus and 1 skill point, they only become relevant at Limit Break 3, making her a whale card. More importantly, Maruzensky SSR Speed exists, a card that can give you as many perks as Suzuka does, which includes groundwork. Maruzensky is also more flexible for non-front runners and has an absurdly good unique. Even if you wanted to argue that you want her because Suzuka is scenario linked to Grand Life, you get a free version of her by playing the main story with the same list of skills. She's a good niche card, but it's still a niche card. Pass, borrow for races. My Umador daughter gets a rerun in the form of a power card. Unfortunately, time hasn't been kind to her as compared to other cards, she is not great. When she first came out, she was famous because her first chain event, Always on Stage, gave you an option to get groundwork immediately. No hint probabilities required. Although nowadays there are better ways to get groundwork than sacrificing a spot in your deck, I still believe that Falcon retains relevance for parent runs because of this. I will say that I could potentially see her be useful if you were running a, say, Kopano Riki, as Falco comes with 5 green skills. That said, you could still borrow her, especially for parent runs. If you already have her, I personally don't see a reason to max limit break her, and if you don't have her, then you can always borrow her for your parent runs. Pass, borrow for parents. Daiwa Ruby SSR Power. She's usable at 1 limit break with 57 specialty priority, and with a unique power bonus of 2 when her bond is at 80. Uniquely, she gives you a bonus to your initial gods at limit break 3. She also has great skills for late surgers. That's gonna be a theme in this video, by the way. And she also has a mean ire against front runners. I will ground her if she calls Maruzensky old though. She has a few skills for sprints, but more importantly, she comes with Flash Forward, a golden skill that helps with acceleration, increasing it by 0.4 for 2 seconds in sprint and mile races. Now, because of the order rate, aka the position in which you have to be in order to trigger this skill, in this case 6th or worse, it seems to be better for late surgers and end closers, especially because you have to overtake someone. If you were to pair this with Bamboo Memory on a mile CM with a final corner late race, it would be GG for most people, since Bamboo is just a domino effect of last corner and overtake. Overall, not bad, if a bit circumstantial. Her bonuses are great, but because I do not main late surgers, it's not a card that I'm particularly interested in, even if she's flexible for hybrids and debuffers. Pass, borrow for aces or frontrunner debuffers. This isn't the Chaos Miracle Gods you're looking for. I'm such a nerd. It's okay. Well, it does come with great friendship bonus, and it's a decent card given that you get sprint and pace chaser skills. She does not have a power or speed bonus, so it commits the great sin that most Gods cards commit. Not you though, you're great. Pass. Mejiro Palmer SSR Stamina. Has taken the lead, which is great, but you can get it from Mihono Bourbon with SSR anyway. Got the correct one this time. So maybe it could be relevant for Valentine Mimi, since regular Mihono already has it. I mean, it's also a stamina card, so you probably want cards that give you stamina perks, like super... Alright, it's just a pass, okay? Just pass. Daitaku Helios SSR Speed. She comes with a golden version of Slipstream, which gives you target speed of 0.35 for 3 seconds. This triggers by you following an UMA for 3 seconds, after the first 10 seconds of the race. So it's a little expensive for what it is, but not terrible per se. At max limit break, she has great hint levels, frequency, skill point bonus of 1, and speed bonus of 2. She's not bad, but unfortunately she does come into the most competitive stat training, speed. And by this point, she will have to compete with the 3 queens of speed, Kita-san Black, Maruzensky, and Agnes Tachyon. And that is only made worse once Elizabeth Conralis comes out. Pass. Did I say the name correctly? Maruzensky's Speed SSR and Fine Motion. I spoke about this too before, and like I mentioned it then, my best friend Maruzensky reruns in case you struggle to get her before. And I worry that apparently there were quite a few people that had a, let's say, less than stellar time doing so.
Please be merciful. 3 goddesses. Please. Yes. And again. And... I think every SSR besides Summer Maru, bro. And they're all dupes, too.
Don't spiral, the Umas can smell fear. Alright. Laughing through the pain, yeah. The next 10 will have 2 copies. Okay. Hold hands, the real Maruzensky Speed was the friends we made all the way.
Come on, please. Dude, it's all about
Not yours truly though. My dumbass came in with a few tickets and I pulled her twice, along with a few SSRs, so I won't tolerate any disrespect to her driving, okay?
Oh God!
She comes with Fine Motion, who will still have some use until Mejiro Ramonu comes out. After that, she will stay somewhat useful for Pace Chasers, and then almost completely gone by the time Mihono SSR Wit comes out. Yeah, that one. And then absolutely irrelevant in every single possible aspect once Mejiro McQueen Wit SSR comes out. I will probably try to snipe this one since I do not have Max Limit Break Fine Motion, and if I pull her while getting Max Limit Break Maruzensky, I won't exactly be mad. I would also like to point out that this is probably the best date to pull for MLB Maruzensky for reasons that I will explain in the third and final run. Pull! Symboli Chris S and Daichi Ruby. Daichi reruns here alongside a new Symboli Chris S. Should you find any regrets about not pulling for her in the past, you have another chance to get her here. Chris, on the other hand, is a stamina card, specifically for long races for late surgers. Symboli Chris is a stamina card that I think could be useful in medium races, but she comes with Claw Forward, which is a golden skill for late surgers in long races, which uses the last of your stamina to give you 0.4 acceleration if you're in the 4th or worse in the last spurt. Look, I think it goes without saying that this perk is not very good. At the last spurt, you should already be at max speed, making acceleration useless, unless you were to face an uphill, but even then, you have order rate of 4th or worse. If it was a bit of target speed and acceleration, then it would be a phenomenal perk to help give your late surgers on a long race a fighting chance. As it is right now, I can't see much use for it. Although Chris comes with great friendship bonuses of 30% at max limit break, I do not think that is enough to recommend this card. Pass. Jaina Muteki and Oguri Cap. Yain no Muteki SSR Gods is pretty bad from what I'm seeing. She comes with Killer Tunes, which is already a skill that you can get from Power Condor Pasa, and the free Meisho Doto Stamina, which comes from an event you likely have. She does have great skill hints for pace chasers and medium runs, but she commits the sin of not giving you speed and power bonuses, and instead her unit gives you a God 3 bonus when her bond is full. The only use that I could see for this card is that if you wanted a pace chaser on a medium track with plenty of gods. Hard pass. Oguri Cap with SSR. Honestly, seriously good. A phenomenal skill selection. She comes with Solid Strike, which is a medium pace chaser golden skill that gives you a whopping 0.3 acceleration and 0.25 target speed if you are in the lead or close to the second half of the mid lane. Wait, that sounds familiar. I think I'm allowed to speculate here and say that given the similarities, this is an attempt from Cygames to destroy the meta of Christmas Oguri on medium CMs. That said, while I do not think it will kill it, it will definitely level out the playing field quite a bit. I could see someone running a Daiwa Scarlet, Narita Brian, and maybe even the Empress herself and staying competitive. Let me be clear, this isn't a bad card in the slightest. It is actually seriously good. She comes with friendship bonuses of a whopping 35, and by the way, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, friendship bonuses are going to be very important for Grandmasters. She also comes with a whopping 2 wit and 1 speed, initial friendship of 15, and initial 5 friendship to all of your cards. Now, I am aware that there is an element of niche, since it is mainly a card for pace chasers in medium races. But like I said in my previous video, we started to move into a specialized meta, where pace chasers are gonna have specific cards that are gonna be meta for them, and late surgers are gonna go through the same, particularly in this period of time. So my ask to you, dear viewer, is this. I want you to check your deck, and if you had to run a CM, and you had to do that without Christmas Oguri Cap, what are the cards that you would pick and borrow? And depending on that, you should decide whether or not to pull for this card. Personally, to me, it's a pass, but borrow for most. Super Creek and Mr. CV. Super Sweet will be replaced by Sounds of Air, but then again, she's still going to stay relevant and competitive. It's more like she's going to be the queen of stamina cards right now, but then she will be the princess of stamina cards. She won't hold as much power, but she would stay in second place as a generalist stamina card, which won't happen until July of next year. I would recommend pulling for her if you don't have her. Pull. Mr. CV is the mandatory end closer with card, so you will want to pull for her if you're an end closer main. I would like to say that I predict that the future general wit meta will be Ramonu plus your specialized card of your style of running. After that, Ramonu will be replaced by Symboli Rudolph SSR wit in May of 2028, giving Ramonu absurd longevity. And yes, I do look that far ahead. Pull if you're an encloser main. If you get her when pulling for Super Sweet, then know that she's still pretty good for most players, since she comes with a 1 skill point, 2 wit bonus, and 1 speed bonus. She's great for most people until the more specific wit meta cards come. An encloser must pull. Taishin Flash Speed SSR. She is a max limit break or bust card, as she only unlocks her second bonus point and max limit break. Her bonuses are great though, 20 initial speed and power, 2 speed bonus, 1 power bonus, and another power bonus plus a skill point when her bond is at 80. Even if her friendship bonus is at 20, which I would argue is standard. She also comes with a golden version of Late Surger straightaways. If I was a Late Surger main, I would potentially borrow her, given how complementary she is to that style of running. Her 2 main issues are that she is in the most competitive type of card, which is speed, and she is either a max limit break or bust card. Pass, but borrow. Narita Top Road SR Power. She's okay. I genuinely don't know what to say about this card. It exists. It has great friendship training at 30% power bonus and initial stamina and power. It's okay on paper, but I can't think of many situations in which you will want to use this card over others. Pass. Narita Brian and Ergu. With Air Group is not very good in context. She comes with Fast and Furious, a skill that you can get from Marvelous Sunday Power, which is an event card and therefore free. Her bonuses are great though. At 1 limit break, 80 bond, she comes with 2 speed bonuses, 1 wit bonus, 1 skill bonus, and friendship bonus of 26%. So she is budget friendly and super solid in regards to bonuses. Her only problem is that she is coming into an increasingly more competitive type of training, which is wit. So in context, she's okay. I forgot to mention, she comes with a bunch of late surger skills. Pass. Anyway, Narita Brian Power SSR. She comes with the same unique as Maruzensky, and I would like to argue that she is max limit break or bust, as she gets a second stamina bonus at max limit break and she comes with a skill bonus point. She comes with a bunch of pace chaser skills, and yes, you guessed it, a bunch of late surger skills. Her golden unique is called Hot Pursuit, increasing your target speed by 0.35 for 2.4 seconds when overtaking someone in the second half of the race. It's good for positioning in longer races, but I would be surprised if you get carryover speed when its duration is just 2.4 seconds. Unless you're in a sprint, maybe? So it is a little tricky to make it super useful outside of securing positioning. I would recommend this card as a borrow because of how circumstantial she is, and that she's also max limit break or bust. A light hello on Mayan Top Gun. Light hello reruns, and unless you're planning to come back to Grand Life, then this is a pass. I honestly can't tell you what the use of Grand Life would serve after Grandmaster releases, or whatever they decide to change the name to. What I will say is that I will most likely do a review once that time comes to have a more in-depth idea of where we are in terms of the meta and possibilities. Oh, Mayan is okay. No real reason to pull for her, honestly. Yamanin Zephyr Gods and TM Opera Stamina SR. Yamanin Zephyr comes with a golden perk called Ambitious Breeze, which gives you target speed of 0.25 for 4 seconds. This is if you're pace chasing, less than 5 meters away from first place, your speed will increase if you're past 60% of the race. Generally, great perk for pace chasers, it's really good. It can give you carryover speed as the duration is quite nice and the activation is after 60% of the race. So in my opinion, it's a really good perk. Her unique comes with a skill point bonus of 2 when her bond is at 80, and yes, I am trying to avoid the word gouge here. And she comes with a speed bonus of 1. She's a great guts card, but I will keep her as a borrow, not because she's bad, but because of who comes after in the video. TM Opera OSR Stamina. This card has insane friendship bonus at 40%. Look, by this point in the meta, you will rarely, if ever, be using SR cards anymore. But with that said, this card is seriously good, especially if you're struggling to reach your stamina requirements, even if you'll have to run a few times due to her low specialty priority. Special Weak is SR Stamina and Sweep Tosho is SR Wit. I've never been fond of mood effect uniques, and Special Weak won't change that. She's good with bonuses at max limit break. She comes with 20% friendship, 10% training effectiveness, and stamina and guts bonuses. Her biggest selling point is that she comes with no stopping me, which is a great golden skill, but at the end of the day, it's still a stamina card, and frankly, I can't see many situations in which you would rather borrow this card over something like Super Creek. Maybe if you were running a Christmas Oguri and you were struggling to reach the stamina requirements, which is unlikely. Pass. Our Yada Yada daughter comes with pretty decent bonuses, including a great friendship bonus of 30% and specialty priority of 75 at 80 bond. She also comes with a golden skill, Razor Sharp Steps for end closers, which involves a new mechanic called panicking. If you avoid this status effect for the first 2/3 of the race, you will gain 0.4 acceleration for 1.2 seconds on the first half of the late race. I'm super tempted to say that this golden skill is phenomenal, but the mechanic Kakari, or panicking, has not been implemented yet, and I think it's important to read about it first. For now, I would argue that you're better off borrowing this card and having Mr. CV at max limit break in your own deck. Borrow. Tachyon and Teio rerun here. If you follow my video about Tachyon, again, thank you very much. But you also probably know that as a newcomer who is building their deck and a Pace Chaser main, here is your opportunity to finally max limit break Tachyon. Teio, on the other hand, is an alternative to get Professor Curvature instead of having to add Kitasan Black to your deck. She is good, but she falls just short of being a pull in my opinion, especially because Wheat is increasingly becoming more and more competitive. Chaos Miracle SSR Guts and Aston Matcha is our speed. As speed becomes more and more competitive, it becomes easier and easier to hit the new caps because every new speed card comes with more and more bonuses. So having a card that facilitates winning spot struggles and helping make the most out of the new fully charged mechanic becomes more and more important. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, KS Miracle Gods SSR. She's phenomenal because of the things that I mentioned, as she comes with power bonus of 2 at bond 80, excellent friendship bonus at 30%, and 1 power bonus. While I normally would give Gods cards the axe because they lack speed bonuses, by this point of the meta, it is easier to hit the speed caps. More importantly, Mr. Rogers here, yes, I'm old enough to understand that reference, manages to justify her must-pull status for Pace Chaser mains, like yours truly, as she comes with neck and neck, giving you acceleration of 0.4 at the first half of the late race for 1.8 seconds. She's a borrow if you're not a Pace Chaser main, but a must-pull if you are. The memorable Aston Machin comes in as an SR speed card. She is okay. Not terrible, but as with many SR cards, by this point using them is very rare when you probably have cards that outperform this one. That said, she does come with a bunch of perks from her event skills. It's one of those cards that you probably have and don't really need, but it's nice to have, especially since she specializes in sprints. That said, to no one's surprise, Aston Machin will likely be my main for sprinters once she comes out, so this card will likely be irrelevant for me. Pass. Taiki Shuttle SSR Speed and Machikane Fukugitaru SSR Speed. Taiki Shuttle SSR Speed is arguably one of the 4 queens of speed right now, albeit more specific than the others. Her bonuses are great. At max limit break she gives you good friendship bonuses at 25%, training effectiveness of 10%, really high hint frequency and levels, and a total of 2 speed, 1 power and 1 skill point. And comes with one of the greatest golden skills for Mile frontrunners and pace chasers, Mile Maven. Even after all of this, I still stand by the position that she is a great borrow because she is specific for tracks instead of styles of running, which typically for me places her more in a borrow slot instead of something that I actually have to invest my precious carrots on. Whereas Narita Top Road was meta in Track Blazer and now sees no use, Machikane Fukugitaru.
Machikane Fukugitaru.
Nice. Is in a bit of an awkward place. Whereas she used to be meta in Track Blazer, she is now just a high roller speed card. I can't see many people that would see their Machikane Fuku. I'm just gonna call her Fuku, okay? I can't think of many people that would look at their Fuku card and be desperate to use it again. Pass. Marvelous Sunday SSR Speed and Biko Pegasus Power. Marvelous Sunday SSR Speed comes with Indomitable, which recovers stamina if you're overtaken in the mid leg. It's okay. There's nothing that stands out to me about this card, and much like the card that she's running with, it's not that she's terrible, it's that she is uninteresting. Especially because you have to deny yourself using her wit version, which if you're new to the game, she is pretty good. Hard pass. Biko Pegasus SSR Power. It's not worth polling for as it is not a very competitive power card. She comes with a golden version of Late Surgers, and her unique is terrible and bonuses are okay-ish. Not enough, you have to give up Biko Speed SSR, a phenomenal card for sprints, in order to use this one. Hard pass. Maruzensky and Nishino Flower. This one I review already, but just in case, she reruns with Nishino, who unfortunately is pretty much a thing of the past, as she is nowhere near the level of other wheat cards, and frankly I can't think of a situation in which her golden skill, Determined Descent, is useful, especially because it is style bound. Maru is here for anyone whose life were destroyed, but again she comes a bit before Ramonu, so I wouldn't spend too many carrots in here. In fact, I think you will be better off preparing for the fine motion rerun than trying to pull for Maruzensky here. And that's it. Oof, my throat is dry. The script was what? The script was what? 4,000 words? I wonder how long the video will be. Oh.